The bells of St. Alaric rang slow and heavy, like they were warning her to turn back while she still could. Clara Wren walked down the long stone aisle, her hands shaking beneath white gloves, her veil trembling with every step. The sound followed her, echoing through the great cathedral and deep into her chest where fear already lived. Every eye was on her. Some held pity, others held cruel curiosity. No one looked away. She was only 20, too young to be standing here, too young to be traded like a debt paid in silk and vows. Whispers drifted through the pews like cold air. Poor child, sold before she ever lived. Clara kept her head high. She would not cry in front of them. She would not give them the pleasure. The cathedral felt cold despite the candles. Blue light from stained
door, making everything look distant and unreal. Outside, thick November fog pressed against the windows, hiding the world beyond, as if even the sky did not wish to watch this wedding. The white roses in her bouquet drooped in her grip, petals loosening and falling like quiet goodbyes to the dreams she once held. This was not a marriage of love. Everyone knew it. Her father's debts had written this day into her life with cruel clarity. After his disgrace and death, Clara had become a burden, a problem to be solved, and so she was given away. At the altar stood the Duke of Aldderon Vale, Lucien Harrow, tall still, wrapped in black like a man carved from stone. Silver streaked his hair, and his storm-blue eyes held no warmth, only calm restraint. He was 47, a legend in society, powerful, wealthy, alone. They whispered that he had buried love long ago.
The carriage ride passed in silence. Fog followed them through the city and out into the countryside. Clara stared at her gloved hands, her heart pounding with questions she dared not ask. Beside her, the Duke sat rigid, his signet ring catching lantern light. The space between them felt too close and impossibly far all at once. At last he spoke. "You need not fear me." His voice was softer than she expected. Clara did not answer. Fear was all she knew. Aldderon Hall rose from the dark like something ancient and watchful. Towers, stone, windows glowing faintly. The carriage stopped, gravel crunching beneath the wheels with final certainty. Servants lined the entrance, eyes curious but faces controlled. Portraits of long-dead duchesses watched her pass, their painted eyes calm and resigned. Inside, the manor was vast,
but faces controlled. Portraits of long-dead duchesses watched her pass, their painted eyes calm and resigned. Inside, the manor was vast and cold, despite the fires. Marble, shadow, silence. A clock chimed somewhere deep within, each note making Clara feel smaller. "You may rest tonight," the Duke said.
In a world that had traded her like a coin, this man had offered her freedom. Morning light found her still awake, the box open in her lap. Outside, mist lifted slowly from the gardens. A bird sang somewhere near the hedges, its song clear and lonely. The key lay warm in her palm now, no longer foreign. Breakfast arrived quietly. A single white camellia rested beside the tray. The maid's eyes flicked to Clara's face in the mirror, curious but respectful. No one asked questions. "His Grace dines alone in the mornings," Mrs. Winter said calmly. "But he hopes you will join him for tea later, should you wish." Should you wish? The words followed Clara as she explored the manor that day. She walked through long galleries lined with tapestries and portraits. She traced fingers along bookshelves thick with dust. This house was not cruel.
It was lonely. In the music room, she lifted the cover of a grand piano and pressed a single key. The sound echoed, clean and honest. She almost laughed at how alive it felt. Tea in the south garden became a quiet habit. The Duke arrived precisely at 4, his manner polite and reserved. He spoke little, but when he listened,
Truly listened. His eyes. I accepted because I could spare you worse. And what of you? She asked. Do you choose solitude? Silence answered first, then truth. I learned to live without hope. Clara reached into her pocket and drew out the silver key. It gleamed between them. You gave me freedom, she said. Now I choose. He took the key and placed it on the mantel. No more locks. When he kissed her hand, it was gentle and reverent, not ownership, gratitude. The storm softened. The fire burned low, and for the first time, Aldderon Hall did not feel like a place of endings, but of beginnings, waiting to be named. Mourning a wood that had known too many silent years, Clarara woke without fear for the first time since her wedding day. The Duke did not claim the night. He did not cross a boundary she had not opened. Instead, he honored the choice she had given, and in doing so, deepened it. Days turned into seasons, and something steady grew between them, not rushed, not demanded, built slowly, like trust, learning how to stand on its own. Clarara filled the halls with music, at first softly, unsure, then with confidence. The piano sang again, its notes carrying through rooms long. They stood together as stars appeared one by one, no longer distant markers of solitude, but shared wonders. Aldderon Hall glowed behind them, no longer a monument to duty, but a home shaped by choice. And in that quiet moment, they understood the truth neither had known before. Love did not begin with passion or youth or control. It began when fear was answered with freedom, and freedom was met with courage. That was the Duke's first gift, and it changed